Hi everyone, my name is Temi Akinwumi, Prof Temi in short. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm CEO of Top Technologies, we're IT company located in Lago, Maryland, and I love to give back to my community. I love to empower my community. So you get to see series about career empowerment a lot on this channel. So I'm really glad that you're able to join us today. And I've been in tech for over 26 years, and I've had my company now for over 16 years. So please, if you can, I really love that you subscribe to this channel, because you get to, get information and notification when we post great videos that will empower you in your career. Many of us are in tech, and many of us are aspiring to become an engineer. Being an engineer for many years, I've seen so many things in the industry that I'm trying to give back to the community, to mentor a lot of people. I'm a career coach and also a mentor to over 1,000 engineers under my network right now. And a lot of them are doing very well in tech. So I provide training in the area of cybersecurity, general workforce empowerment, Scrum Master, software engineering, database, analysis, and so on and so forth. We provide all this training information. And before the end of the program, I'll give you more details into that. So today we are talking about cover letter. These are soft skills that we need to develop. Developing your cover letter is key. So we're going to be looking at cover letter, resumes, salary negotiation into tech, or even any career, because this is useful for any career actually. So it's not only tech, any career. So how do you develop a cover letter? What is a cover letter? And we'll look at resumes. We look at how to get your salary negotiation, the best, how to conduct interview, or how to grad interviews. What are the different types of interviews, things like that. You get to see a lot of that. And also, I'll be giving you all tips into, different skills that we're looking at, the best kind of skills that are great for tech, the best paying jobs out there, and the shortcuts into them, the different skill set that you need and are required to get into this area. I also run more rooms on the Clubhouse. My room is Tech Empower House. I run this room on Fridays at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and on Sundays at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. If you are able to join us into those rooms, we meet a lot of high-tech and non-technical people on those networks, on the Clubhouse, and they give back to the community. They support our rooms to discuss all of this great information. So I'll be glad if you can subscribe and also join us on the Clubhouse. I really love to give back and empower. I'm an instructor. I'm a professor, adjunct professor at like 3 universities right now. I'm very passionate and excited about giving back and supporting the community. So this is what I do every single time. So today we're looking at cover letter. What is a cover letter? A cover letter, also known as covering letter or application, is a one-pager. It's a one-page document that introduces a job seeker to work history. They introduce the job seeker work history, their professional skills, their personal information to in applying for a job. So you are trying to apply for a job, they need to know about you a little bit, and so cover letters serve that purpose, and it's very important that to have one, even though some organizations don't require that you have a cover letter, but to be fanciful, I'll just say get one. And if you don't need it, just have it in case you need it for a rainy day, if they requested for it. So in case they request for a cover letter for your organization, how do you write one, and why is it important? So let's look at some of these highlights. The cover letter should highlight the reason you are a great fit for the position. It should highlight why you are a great fit for that position. And it should as well motivate the hiring manager to review your resume and to contact you for interview. Because many a times we have a lot of people applying for the same positions, So why are you the best fit for that position? You want to highlight that on your cover letter, and you want to motivate the hiring manager. Also, employer expects you to accomplish this goal in about 3 paragraphs. Between 1 and 3 paragraphs, nothing more than that, because most of the time, these Fortune 500 companies, they don't have no time to look at all of those resumes. They don't have all that. I mean, even the cover letter. I mean, the cover letter, talk less of the resume. They just skim through them. So you don't want it to be too comprehensive or too much. Just like introduction letter. That's what it is, and not more than 3 paragraphs. And also, writing an effective cover letter required knowing how to use the space you have available wisely. Use it wisely, and also you should also know what to include and not to include. We're going to look into that. So we're going to be looking at tips and mistakes that we make in our cover letter. And also, we're going to look at what to avoid and what to put in the cover letter. So you don't want your cover letter is either going to make you or kill you, like I always say. So you don't want it to kill you, you want it to make you, because it's actually like a key to get into the door. You know, sometimes you're trying to compelling or trying to entice the hiring manager to read your resume. So that's what you're using the cover letter to do. So the cover letter should include compelling arguments why you are the best candidate for the position. So the cover letter should include these things like specific things that you always want to see on the cover letter is your contact information, your name, your address, your name. I mean, not your address, or maybe it depends, but you don't need to put your address, your name and your contact information, maybe email address, and your phone number. Then professional salutation. Don't say hey or hi. No, dear James, or dear, if you know their full name, dear James Smith or something like that. So be professional about your salutation. An introduction to the hiring manager, introduce yourself. This is who I am, and so on and so forth. And your most important qualification. Why are you qualified for the position? And a closing remark that motivates them to take an action, like they want to hire you, and then your signature. We'll go deeper into that. So we're looking at your contact information, who you are, a professional salutation, introduction to the hiring manager, why you are important, your important qualification, the strong closing motivation to motivate them to take action, and your signature. So going forward, the formatting tips I want you to put on your cover letter: start by including the date and your contact information into the left-hand side of your letter, the left-hand side. So on the left-hand side, you will have all of those things. The left-hand side, you will have your date and your contact information. Right? Then address the letter to the attention of the hiring manager. Like I said, begin your cover letter with common salutation like dear Alex Johnson or dear Charles Dickens or whatever. Introduce yourself and show how the role aligns with your career goal. I always encourage my students. I have over 1,000 plus. I've been mentored as an engineer right now, more than 1,000 plus. First of all, before you want to write a cover letter, Google it. Because industry by industry, we have different ways the cover letter will look like. For your particular industry, Google it and find, maybe you are engineer or cybersecurity engineer. Google cover letter for cybersecurity engineer. When you Google it, you see a couple of cover letters, and you can use that format so that you know what is applicable for tech. The cover letter is not too fanciful. It's not too involving. It's not technical as well. It's just introduction. But for creative arts, creative design, and journalism and all that, it's more creative. It's more they put a lot of designs to it and stuff. So based on your industry, find out, try to kind of check out what what kind of format or template you guys need for your industry. So introduce yourself and show how the role aligns with your career. So that's the how does it align. So you're doing the how. Then mention your current employee that refer you to the any current employee that refer you to the position. Maybe somebody referred you. That might be a plus for you. At least they can trust that person and they can also check. That might be a big plus to make sure they can verify with that person, and that's a big plus for you. So feel free to mention that person. Connect the position required skill with your previous accomplishment. So if you have a previous accomplishment, then link it to that position. Oh, I've done so and so in this company before. You understand? And then thank the employer for their time and consideration. Always make sure to say thank you in that, on the cover letter, and close the letter with a friendly and yet formal signature like sincerely yours or sincerely and stuff like that. So all this will be a great plus for your cover letter if you can get that together. So what are the mistakes we should avoid in our cover letter? The mistakes we should avoid is not following instruction. If you are asked to put a cover letter together, you must follow instruction to the last. Whatever they say, follow, because that's going to make them, they can use that to weed you. Especially when you work for this fan company, big corporations, and they have so many people applying for the positions, they will just throw, the people that don't follow instruction will be in trash, their cover letter, seriously, because they're trying to weed you, see if you can follow instruction. So also, you must not use the wrong format. So if they tell you you have to use this font, you have to use this format, you have to use this font size, follow it. So those are simple mistakes. You don't want to make them. You can avoid those ones. Discussion. Discussing why you are looking for a new position. You don't need to discuss that. You don't need to be too personal on the cover letter. Use the same cover letter for every application. Do not use the same cover letter for every application. Your cover letter should be formatted. Your cover letter should be tailored to what you're looking for. Do not use the same cover letter for every application. Don't do that. Don't do that. Writing without first researching the company. Always research the company. Please go on their website, check it out. Even if you are doing interviews, or whatever you are doing, always, I don't care what it is, if you're trying to submit your resume, the cover letter, find out about the company. That's a plus. And about the position too, if you can. It should be tailored. Discussing irrelevant work experiences or lack of experience. Yes, don't discuss irrelevant work experiences, or if you don't have any experience, don't say, oh, I don't have no experience. I'm trying to find an entry level. I'm just fresh from college. They don't want to hear that. You might be fresh from college and you are so smart and you can do a great job. So if you can apply for the position, that means you are confident enough. So don't tell them you don't have no experience. Failing to highlight your strongest and most relevant skills. You must always make sure you highlight your strongest and more relevant skills out of them. And focus on job duties. Focusing on job duties instead of achievements. So anything that you have on your resume is your job duties already. Don't want to put that on the cover letter. Just the cover letter is a summary. It's not really going to be too involving or too deeply discussing your resume. No, you don't want to do that. Even though you want to match your resume with your cover letter, but not going to the sense of kind of saying, oh yeah, this is what it is, and look at this or that. No, you don't want to start going deep into your roles and discussing all of that. And also talking about salary expectation. No, don't do that. Don't talk about your salary expectation on resumes. On cover letter. Don't discuss salary expectation. And failing to provide support for claims. Don't do that. So also not optimizing your cover letter with keywords. Make sure you have the keywords. If you are searching for certain technical position, like data analysis, like programming, like C++, C#, whatever. There are some keywords that you just can't just put in, because sometimes they can search the cover letter for optimized using the optimized engine, your search engine, to on the database to search for some keywords. So make sure you put those keywords like highlight what, it depends on what you're looking for. Make sure it's chosen on the resume so you can bring it out when they're searching on the cover letter. Yeah, like I said, don't repeat your resume information. Don't use the wrong tone or style. Make sure you're very professional. And failing to include a strong call to action in the closing. The closing is very important. Just as the beginning is important, the closing is also highly important. Make sure in the closing you close tightly and thank them and tell them that you are very excited to work with the organization and you're looking forward to a favorable reply or response or something like that. Also, the last but not the least, more importantly, forgetting to proofread before you submit your cover letter. Always, 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 I will say that 1 million times, please edit your cover letter and your resume as well. Edit, do editing, don't just submit. If you submit without editing and there's a lot of errors and mistake everywhere, spelling errors and all of that, that's a put off. You don't want to do that. So make sure that you look into it and proofread before submitting your cover letter. So when you do that, the best way you can do that is you can ask a friend or someone to help you to review your cover letter before you submit. It might be your mentor, your friend, whatever, to do that. And if you don't have anyone to help you, you can as well just maybe leave it, come back next day or something, or just take a walk and come back, and you are refreshed. You can look at it and you might easily find some error. That's what I do when I was still doing coding and programming. When you do peer reviews or there's no one to review with you, you leave the code. It's having a lot of errors. You take a walk, come back, and boom, you can see what you can see all this while. So those would be very good tips towards getting your cover letter together. So I'll be showing you some cover letter format, and you can also Google it online and find some cover letter format. It's very important to do that. Like I mentioned to you, you can download, you can check online for cover letter, download them and use them. Like this one, I just pretty much Google them. I just Google resume cover letter for tech career, and I just saw some for programming position. See, this is a template. This is a good one example of what I'm just saying. You can use this and just change it to your name. This one is John, and all the address and all of that. Then the dates. You can see right here the hiring manager information, and then they are Mr. Then the name of the hiring manager, the last name. I'm writing to apply for the programmer position advertised in Times Union as requested and all of that. So I enclose a completed job application, my certificate, my resume, my 3 references. This is actually a good one. The role is very appealing to me and all of that. My key strengths is, that would support my success in this position include the following. You list those ones. And then with a BS degree in computer programming, you mention your key strength. You mentioned, already said you have all your certificate that you are including and, adding, enclosed. And then with a BS in computer degree in computer programming, I have comprehensive understanding of the full life cycle of, all of those benefits and why you're fit, because you have all this background information. And I can be reached via my email or my cell phone. Thank you for your time and consideration. I look forward to speaking with you about this employment opportunity. This is a very simple and straightforward cover letter. So you can use something like this. It doesn't have to be too cumbersome, too complex. Simple, straightforward signature. You can have your online signature somewhere, and just insert and submit it, and you're good to go. So this is a good example of cover letter. Thank you so much for joining. appreciate your time for joining us, and join us again next time, and we will provide you more information into this. And thank you for joining. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Have a wonderful evening and take care, and may God bless you. Bye-bye.